Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky. I am a living Christ. It's time for a living Christ to wake up. Indoctrinated persons. This may be a little harsh, but it is necessary to shake loose the satanic spell of indoctrination that binds millions of Americans as citizens, slaves, persons. First of all, by your own ignorant consent, you have all agreed to sell and contract your souls, your freedom, your sovereignty, your lives away by creating a fictional government in your satanic intellect and then binding your lives to it as servants. In other words, you, the creator of government, a fictional idea in your intellect, has allowed your own ideas to become the master over you, making you its creator, its slave. Does anybody see the lack of intelligence in all that? Secondly, you have allowed words, ideas, illusions that have been intellectually conjured up to be your gods, your false idols, thereby contradicting your own religious rule, the first commandment, which says, I, truth, am thy Lord thy God. Thou shalt not worship any strange gods, which are illusions, before me. Now that includes words, symbols, rules, man's law, money, etc. All illusion. To find out who you are and to discover your purpose in life here on earth is to transcend this intellectual nonsense. Now to get down to the point of this living Christ's exposure of the 25-year criminal attack upon him by the satanic governments of Josephine County, Oregon, the state of Oregon, and the United States corporate federal government, and their crimes committed against this living Christ. I was naturally born in Chicago, Illinois, some 82 years ago. Already the satanic scam, birth certification, was in place, which transformed this living entity as a newborn into an artificial person, reducing him to a non-living, fictional personage, where fictional governments, man's law, had authority over each and every such fictional created person. That is your civilized world. That's hell. Yes, you got it correctly. You all, by your own willing consent, and how dumb is that, agree to be such fictional persons, and thus grant fictional authority, government authority, over you. Are you gaining any intelligence yet? Or are you just emotionally outraged by the simple, inarguable truth that I have just revealed to you. How many of you have rebutted that legal status in your lifetime and removed yourselves from such criminal 14th Amendment status and returned yourself to your original status as the creator of the fictional governments and religions? Those of you who are above the laws of Satan. Now, to the crimes that have been committed against this living Christ by the fictional government for the past 17 years, since September the 5th, 2002. In 1999, some 4 years prior to that, I rescinded and surrendered my Oregon driver license, for I had no further need for it, for I was traveling in my private automobile, wherein the state of Oregon had no financial or otherwise interest via contracts in it. And I was not engaged in commerce, which does require a license. I follow God's law. Do no harm, tell no lies. I, therefore, do not follow satanic law, man's law, and therefore am beyond the jurisdiction of man's court in matters of statutes, which are not law. This has all been verified by the Oregon courts. Adjudication in 2 trials, which I refuse to accept the conviction sentence thereof of the juristic defendant, who was not me. I was cited for a high beam violation, and having no license in possession on September the 5th, 2002. I was arrested at gunpoint, and I was jailed, which started a 17-year campaign of crimes of piracy, kidnapping, felony charges, fictitiously created by a criminal court, which then created out of the blue the violation of suspension of license, where no such license even existed since 1999. How's that for fraud? How's that for criminal intent? How's that for masters and slaves? This is happening all over our country, and you people just let it go by. What's wrong with you? Now, on that basis, followed up by a criminal campaign of further arrests, citations, and impoundment for 17 years up to the present day, this day of December the 21st, 2019. A massive Josephine County and Oregon statewide criminal cover-up employed by a faceless, soulless fiction of a government and its employees, clear up to the White House and to administrations which ensued. Now, how can that be done? You ask yourself. Well, because the American conditioned people, the public, are just that dumb. And as long as they are not singled out, they don't give a damn about their corrupt, criminal government and what it does to its people. Well, this living Christ, this simple man of truth does. People, stick with me on this, and we shall see who holds the power. It's time to bring this government down through peaceful boycott. And it will be done by the people who have the power, not the satanic, fictional government. You've all been snookered. It's time to wake up.